Fans of Crash Team Racing are excited for this new game in 2023 as this might be the next closest thing they will ever get to a sequel of CTR Nitro Fueled. It has the drift boosting mechanic that was directly inspired from CTR. It has really good track design and intense gameplay, and also the way the power-up works is quite similar to CTR, which we'll get right into it later in the video. But as a quick recap, this new game that we're talking about is called the Karters 2 Turbocharged. Now, some of you might find this name familiar because yes, back in 2018, the Karters 1 was initially released back then. However, the game kinda suffered a massive flop. The small team behind this game are then trying to learn from their mistakes and worked for the past 4 years to make the game even better than it was. They've decided to bring in inspirations from Mario Kart 8 and Crash Team Racing, mashing them both together, and now you have the reboot called the Karters 2 Turbocharged. And based on the gameplay we've seen so far, this seems like an absolute dream come true for Crash Team Racing fans. Now, due to them drawing inspiration from CTR, obviously this game has a lot of similarities to it. The most notable one though, and by far the most exciting one so far, is the popular drift boosting mechanic. No other kart racing games had ever came close to the way the kart moves in Crash Team Racing, and now the Karters 2 is planning to incorporate the exact same mechanic into their game. Even the way the wheels glow up during the drift boost timing are present in this game as well. So yeah, the term inspiration is a pretty big understatement. And speaking about similarities, there are the power-ups as well. There are some offensive and defensive power-ups as usual. You have rockets flying around, shields to protect yourself, etc. However, the best part about it is that players doesn't seem to need to rely on these power-ups to win races, which is amazing news. Because based on the gameplay itself, they seem to be leaning towards a more Crash Team Racing approach rather than towards Mario Kart, which means that if you are really good at drift boosting, there will be some sort of a skill gap compared to players that don't know how to drift boost properly. This is something that Crash Team Racing had done well previously in terms of competitiveness, and I'm happy to see this being applied here as well. And speaking of upcoming features, this next part will definitely blow your mind, because based on the game's description on Steam, they are planning to go far beyond by doing what CTR Nitro Fueled couldn't do. These are the amount of key features coming to the game, which includes online support with dedicated servers which CTR didn't have, ranked matchmaking online, which I'm super excited about because that was what CTR needed to keep the game alive but unfortunately didn't implement. Up to 6-player split screen and online split screen, which is a good thing to have. Single player campaign, which I'm not gonna lie, kinda surprised about it, as for most people I assume would hop into multiplayer side more. 16 plus official tracks, and that is a lot of tracks, and also custom tracks and workshop support. Now this is already blowing my mind and we're not even halfway there yet. Online tournaments, which will happen daily, weekly and monthly as well. More than 12 game modes like battle arenas, time trial, elimination mode, etc. Procedural tracks for quick kart mode, whatever that means, team versus team, online cups with up to 24 rounds, customization and item presets, Steam Deck support at 60 FPS for those with the Steam Deck, driving assist which is optional, Ghost Race which you can upload and download from the online leaderboards, spectator mode and custom races. Now hopefully this is implemented well, as it will make hosting tournaments much easier. So yeah, if you're like me, you're probably feeling pretty overwhelmed by what I just shared with you, because this is a lot, and I mean a lot of features that they are planning to add into the full game. So much so that people may think that they might be overpromising it a little bit, because this seems to be a little bit too good to be true at the moment. However, if all of these features eventually made their way into the game, I think the Karters 2 Turbocharged could be another smash hit on the kart racer market. The game is set to release sometime in 2023, and they are already done with the core gameplay and are ready to head into its beta stage on early 2023. If you are a big fan of Crash Team Racing, I truly think that you should keep an eye out for this one, as you can head over to their Discord and sign up for the beta right now and catch up with all the latest news there. Just for the sole reason that the core gameplay is leaning towards Crash Team Racing, I for one am going to hop onto this game as soon as I am able to, and fingers crossed that their beta stage is going to be a huge success.